All right, hello. And what the fuck are you? No, I will not be adding you in Discord. So, in fact, you can go fuck yourself. That's what you can do. Fucking bitch. Bitch ass bitch. Anyways, anyways. So yeah, so welcome to this late night edition of of my stream, I guess. Yeah, I got a really late start tonight. Like, okay, so first off, to be completely honest, I wasn't even supposed to stream tonight. But plans ended up getting canceled. Um, I was supposed to watch because usually, I try to get people over, to watch some Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th, and I've done it like a few times, but this time around, like it kind of didn't work because a lot of people had plans tonight, or they're little bitches and they don't want to watch like horror movies or some shit. So, unfortunately, yeah, that hasn't really worked out tonight. I had a couple of friends who agreed to come over, and unfortunately, both of them canceled. Um, So then I took the time to go out, like take care of a couple things, and then I came back home, ate dinner, and then kind of just chilled. And then I was like, all right, is there any other Friday 13th games that I could play other than like the two that I played on stream? And so as far as Friday 13th games go, there's not much at all. Like whatsoever, right? Name shit. Um the only games that are available, that were released as far as like Friday 13th goes is the NES game, which I played last Friday 13th. I think maybe this was like in November or something, or no, no. I think it was, I think it may have been over the summer. I don't remember. I think it was over the summer because I think it happened somewhere in the middle of like one of my runs. Like either I was playing like Capcom Fighting Collection 2, or I was like doing Ninja Turtles, like somewhere around there. So I think it was during the summer. It was the last Friday the 13th. And then we get to, so I for that one I played the Friday 13th for the NES. Um and then there was the one where I don't know what this particular genre of gaming is called. The one where someone is playing like the killer or whoever, and they're chasing down like other people, and typically like this could be a multiplayer. But I think the game's also, you can also do it in single player, if I'm not mistaken. It's just, they're just bots and stuff. And I did that a few years ago, um for one Friday the 13th. Other than that, there is like some puzzle game or something that came out, um some cutesy looking puzzle game, but it's been delisted as of a couple years ago. So that's unfortunately not an option to play. So I won't be playing that. So so of course, like could, I could have just went and just played Silent Hill 2. Like, might as well. It's like it's Friday the 13th or something. But I really wasn't in the mood tonight because it was already getting late. It's already late as is. And we're in like a pretty big area in Silent Hill 2, and I would have liked to, like, if like the next time I play Silent Hill 2, I would like to complete that area, like just in one sitting if possible. Or at least try my best to. And I know like that wouldn't be the case tonight. Plus, like I said, like I'm really tired. It's been it's been a long week. My For the most part, like, my energy has been pretty good. And then today, like, yeah, I don't know. I just like came home, like I ate, and it was like I don't feel like doing anything. Like I was debating like maybe I would just put on like fucking the Friday 13th movie myself and just like fucking sit here and fucking watch it, and that's that. But then I remembered Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse. Um you may not know what Splatterhouse is. To be completely honest and fair, like I barely know what Splatterhouse is, and this is from like the era that I was growing up in. I've always knew of a Splatterhouse. I knew what it was, but I don't know like what's the deal um behind it or anything other than just very vague um uh stuff about it. Um so we're going to I'm gonna try to look up some information on it, because normally when I play games and stuff, I have information like already, like from me, like from what I have gathered over the years. Like I'm not like one of those people who's like, okay, like I'm gonna talk about this game, like now let me go and like fucking research it and whatever. Like no, I just tell you whatever based on like what I've gathered over the years myself. And that's it. Like I don't know, like pre-game this shit. It's like I either know it or I know it. It's just a matter of like how much do I know, you know. But for Splatterhouse, it's like, yeah, no, I know almost nothing. And to be completely honest, like I think uh I don't think I've ever actually played the game like at all, like whatsoever, except for, like just now, like trying to get the fucking game to work. But other than that, um like I played through the first level, and yeah, no, I've never played a fucking Splatterhouse in my life. Like ever. Like somehow, I don't know. That just these games somehow just completely got away from me. But it happens. Like there were so many games back then, and when you're a little kid, there's only like you only have so much access to games. Despite the fact that I used to rent games like all the motherfucking time. But no, this was a series that, yeah, I just completely missed out on. So, yeah, I never played a Splatterhouse. The only thing that I can tell you is like I know the very first Splatterhouse like came out for the arcade. But to be completely honest and fair, like I don't think I've ever seen the arcade version of Splatterhouse. Like yeah, I always thought like it was a console series until like I was just now looking into it, and it was like, nah, the very first game came out for arcade, and it was ported over to console, but it was ported over to the TurboGrafx 16. But we'll be playing the arcade version of of the game. Um, so it being on the TurboGrafx 16, I knew because I remember when the TurboGrafx 16 came out, like it came out like around the time like after SNES and stuff, and there were I can't tell you like what fucking games came out for the TurboGrafx 16, but there were like certain games that they were trying to like, like push, because like these, those were games that like were not available on the SNES or something. So, these are games like, I think like Adventure Island, even though it would eventually come out on the Super NES anyways. Bonk's Adventure, and Splatterhouse. So the first Splatterhouse like didn't come out for like any other systems. Um, and even though like they did come out with sequels, but the sequels, from what I gathered, like they only came out for the Sega Genesis, and that was that. But having Splatterhouse on TurboGrafx 16 was kind of supposed to be like a big deal, and that I actually remember from my, from when I was younger, like they like that was the game that was trying to be like one of the system sellers, like along with Bonk's Adventure. Um, so I don't know. Let me look up some history real quick. Okay, so as of course as we can see, I guess, but before I look into this, all right, all that I know of Splatterhouse is that these are games that all came out like way back in the day. This is surprisingly a Namco game. And Namco like really didn't do shit with the series or like the character or anything like that. But speaking of the character, so for reasons, you play as, and the reason why I'm playing this on Friday 13th is you play as a dude, as you're basically playing as Jason, but you're not Jason. But you're just like, you're just a big like fucking machete wielding motherfucker with like a fucking hockey mask, like Jason. Like I don't know how like these people did not get in trouble at all for their bullshit. It's like, bro, like, but the difference is that the character you're playing as is a good guy, and he's like killing monsters and stuff like that. um and they made a few of these for console. At the time I didn't know, like I thought it came out like on SNES as well, but apparently no, it only came out on TurboGrafx 16, like the first one did, and then 2 and 3 came out for the Sega Genesis. And I don't even think 2 and 3 came out in the arcade like the first one did. The first game, like I've never seen it in an arcade in my life, like ever. I don't think I have, at least. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Um and yeah, I mean this was just like a little series. It was only like those games and maybe like a couple other spin-offs around that time, and that's it. Like that's it. That was it for Splatterhouse till like we get to the PS3 360 era. And this part I remember. I never played it either, but I do remember that they did try to bring back Splatterhouse, and they tried to make like a, an all new game. Um, I never played the game. I think it did not do good. I'm going to assume that it didn't do very well. Um, I don't remember much from what I saw, so I don't know. I don't think anything about it made me like interested in playing the game. So, um, But after that, like, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Like, there's really nothing to it. Like, as far as from my perspective, there's not much to Splatterhouse. But I think they should show him some love and make him a fucking Tekken character. Anyways, so okay, so like I said, like the game was developed by Namco, and the game was um obviously like inspired by Friday the 13th as far as like looks go and stuff. So yeah, and then they made sequels, but the sequels they never came out in arcade. It was just straight to console. So actually straight to Sega Genesis. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, sorry. So you had the first one that came out in the arcades and was ported to TurboGrafx 16. They would make two more sequels. Those would only come out on the Sega Genesis. And then there was a spin-off game that came out for the NES, and then there was a 2010 reboot, which is what I mentioned. Um, um, but yeah, but yeah, no, that's it. That's like I went to go like double check the history, and it was basically like what I told you. But yeah, no, I've never played the games though. I know how they look, and I know that they're supposed to be somewhat known for their violence, but um yeah, I never played the games before, so I have no idea what to like really expect. So yeah, and because it's an arcade game, I don't expect it to take a long time. But also, I am cheating like hell because it is an arcade game. It is meant to kick your ass for quarters and stuff. But unlike most other games of this style, well, it depends. Because I know, like, even though it's a 2D like action game, but it's not quite like a beat 'em up. And so some games of this style, like I could think of, not that it's quite like it, but like Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins or whatever. Um, that so these games, if you when you're playing and then you die, you don't just and you lose all your lives, like you don't just like put in a quarter and then like boom, you come back to life like at the spot that you died. Like no, there's like it has a very strong like level and stage structure. So, um like a game that you would play in a console in a home console at this time, you die and you probably have to start the level over or you have to go back some ways. And that's what this game is. So it's not a matter of like, oh, I died, like let me put in another coin. It's like, no, you died and you have to start the level or section over or something. And I don't have the patience for that. I don't I don't really care. It's like I said, it's an arcade game and it's meant to like kick your ass so it can take your money. But before I get into Splatterhouse, earlier today we did have at least like this morning for me, we had the Sony State of Play, and it was it was a very interesting State of Play. I felt like it was, for the most part, I felt like it was all right. I felt it was good. Um, I think the way it started, initially like it wasn't really promising. Like it started pretty slow, and yo, Demon Kicks, what is up? Yes, X Men, X Men. Like let's fast forward to X Men. But I need to get a list of all the stuff that was announced, because that was a really long State of Play. Like that was an hour long State of Play. Let me find like a list of games that were announced. All right, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm that's Marvel Tokon is one of the games that I'm definitely like very hyped for. Like to me, like that's a fucking day one purchase for me. I'm really looking forward to that game. Um so yeah, so here's the list of stuff. It's not like in order. I would like it to be in order, but yeah. So I'll go through the list here. Um, or trilogy remake, new God of War prequel characters, yeah. In Marvel Toko, new mechanics shown in the trailer. That is, yes, that is all correct. Um, so yeah, so we got the God of War, yeah, the trilogy remake, which is crazy because like I think a lot of people thought we were just gonna get like a remake of the first game, and then we would have remake of like two and then three, but it was like, nah, it's all of it. Like it's the OG trilogy, and I'm, you know, I'm really curious to see like what it'll be like, and I'm assuming like it's gonna play like the OG God of War games. I think I don't know, there's some discourse going on that like, yeah, they're remaking these games, but that they're gonna play more like, you know, like the recent God of War games, and it's like, no, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think if they did, that would like piss a lot of people off. I you know, the newer games, I haven't played Ragnarok. I played the previous one, and it was cool and everything, but you know, I prefer the OG games, and you know, like that way of fighting and combat and stuff. And yeah, I just I don't see the point um in changing those games around to fit like the newer style. So I like I didn't think they would anyways. I'm totally thinking that yeah, they're gonna remake it, but it's still gonna be the same exact fucking game, like how, at least, you know, how we play it and stuff. Like I don't think they're gonna change it to the newer style. Like I don't think that makes sense, and I think that again that would piss people off. Like, you know, yeah, I'd probably still play it, but probably begrudgingly at that point. Um, so yeah, and then you have the God of War prequel game, Sons of Sparta, which is like, you know, the a Metroidvania type game. And it's funny because yet again, this is like somehow we just keep getting fucking God of War prequels. Um, you know, there was, I remember when the earliest prequel was the one that came out for PSP, and then they came out with like Ascension that's supposed to be like before everything, and then now we have this one. But it looks pretty cool, and it was kind of crazy that it was shadow dropped. Um, so aside from the God of War games, we got Kena. I don't know how it's pronounced, but um, it kind of looks cool. I think it kind of looks cool. I didn't know it was a sequel to something. So, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks cool. There's a fucking John Wick game. Like I did not expect that, and I'm very curious to see how that's gonna end up being like. Um, a new fucking Castlevania game. That which is like fucking crazy. Um, I think not too long ago, like I was talking about how like, you know, Konami, um, you know, like lately all they've been doing is, you know, either re-releasing Metal Gear stuff or remaking it. And we got like a ton of Silent Hill stuff lately, and we're about to get some more. But like nothing on Castlevania, and um, Castlevania has been like a very dormant franchise, despite the fact that on Netflix, like we've had the Castlevania series that's been like really good. But it's like other than that, like there's nothing else going on with Castlevania, and it's kind of wild that that's the case. But we're actually getting a new Castlevania. um Yeah, there was, what was also interesting was that Konami had like a whole little block to themselves. Where they, you know, they announced Castlevania, they announced Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, which fucking includes Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker. Which is nothing to scoff at with Peace Walker, but let's, you know, Metal Gear Solid 4, like that's a big deal because that game was practically locked onto the PS3. Like if you wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 4, well, you're gonna have to boot up a PS3 to play it. And now finally, like we're gonna get it on modern consoles and be able um to to play it. And then also they announced a, you know, the next Silent Hill game, Silent Hill Townfall, which uh seems interesting and also seems like a completely new, like, you know, experimental Silent Hill. Um, you know, we got the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I felt was like, you know, like your standard Silent Hill, right? But then you get to Silent Hill F, and that started feeling like a lot more experimental because it was, you know, like a different gameplay style, and just, you know, just quite a bit different in itself, like still very Silent Hill, but like a different way of playing it than what we've been used to. And now that's kind of going to be the case with Townfall, where it's like this is a first person Silent Hill, which we were supposed to have years ago. And but you know, they also introduce other gameplay elements and things like that. So, you know, once again, it's like we have a Silent Hill, not quite a traditional Silent Hill from what we've been used to playing the last several years, but I don't know. It still looks really cool. Um, Other than that, other games that have been announced, they showed off Marathon. To be honest, like I don't really care. Every time I see anything about Marathon, like I literally like don't care. Like I see it and it does nothing for me. It does nothing. Like it doesn't make me feel anything. Like I just don't care. Um, Death Stranding 2 is going to be on the PC. Came out Ghost of Yote Legends, which is a multiplayer mode. Um oh, Beast, so the new Game Freak game, Beast of Reincarnation, I that game also looks really cool. I'm actually like interested in playing that game. Like it looks really cool. We got fucking Rayman 30th anniversary edition. I've never been a big Rayman fan, so I don't really care. We're getting Legacy of Kain Defiance remastered. That's cool. And then I think all the Legacy of Kains are available to play on modern consoles now, which is crazy that we can say that now. Um, but yeah, I don't know. They're pushing these old Legacy of Kain games like for the last couple of years because like just before the holidays was when they came out with the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver collection. So I don't know if this is going to lead into more Legacy of Kain in the future, or they're just re-releasing these games, trying to get some more money out of them, and that's that. Next, oh, we got Pragmata. Um, like I think we got a new trailer. That game also looks really cool, and I'm also interested in playing that game. We got a new trailer for Resident Evil Requiem. That game just looks fucking awesome. Control Resident seems pretty cool. Um, we're getting Tekken Dark Resurrection from the PSP version. A lot of people might be wondering like why the PSP version and not the PS3 version that came out like after the PSP version. The reason I being is that because I had the PS3 version and the PSP version. From what I remember, the PS3 version's cool and all because it has better graphics and stuff, but all there is like all you can do is just fight. Like, which I mean, yeah, it's a fighting game, but I mean like as far as like content and stuff, it's like all you can do is I think just play the computer and or just play your friends and that's it. The one on the PSP actually had like extra content and features and things like that. So I think that's why they opted for the PSP version instead of the bare bones PS3 version. And also Time Crisis. We're getting Time Crisis. Unfortunately, we won't have the light gun or anything. So I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna work. But anyways, other than that, yeah, let's get to Marvel Tokon because that's the game that I'm looking forward to the most. So, um, so yeah, so Marvel Tokon they had a trailer, a new trailer for it. So it looks like they're showing off some stuff from what could be the story mode. And this trailer focused on X-Men. So in the trailer, of course, they showed off Storm, and then they showed off they showed off three new characters for the game. Um, After you see some Storm gameplay, they showed Magic. And then after Magic, like Wolverine, and it's wild to be playing as a Wolverine in a fighting game that's not Capcom. But this is the times we live in, and fortunately, he seems really cool. Like he seems to do like kind of similar stuff, but without like it looking like his previous iterations from the Capcom side of things. But still, like he looks cool. And then Danger, who, despite the fact that I've read so many comic books over the span of my life since I was a kid, I don't know what the fuck a Danger is. Like at first, when she showed up, I thought she was fuck. I can't remember her name. Begins with a J. Jocasta. Fuck, I don't remember her name, but basically she's like a female Ultron, basically, kinda like not really, but let's just go with that. That'd be the east. Um, is she like a female Ultron or is she like a female Vision? I don't know. Even I like fucking forget. But anyways, the point is that this is a character who's like who's a robot type character. And at first when I saw her, like I thought like, oh, like really? Like we're putting her in the game? And it was someone named Danger. And I'm like, who the fuck is Danger? I actually had to research it, and apparently Danger is the Danger Room's AI who somehow became a robot. So that's weird. Like okay, I'm sure the character is going to be cool and everything, but there probably could have been like a ton of other characters that they could have put instead of of her. But I don't know, whatever. So and that was it. We got those three characters, and it's official that there's going to be 20 characters at launch, which I am fine with because that seems to be around the industry average of characters for like a 2D fighter at launch. And then they announced that they're going to start taking pre-orders soon. There's different editions of the game. There's like a deluxe edition, and then there's a super whatever like version that I don't I don't know what the name's supposed to be, but basically like you know um the most deluxest version of the game. You get like a few costumes for some of the characters. You get a chromatic costume for like all 20 of the characters, and you get like, is this the one where, yeah, like I think you get I think, okay, because I can't remember if it comes with this or it's like you have to pre-order. But apparently you get like an accessory, like like Thanos's Infinity Gauntlet. Like, oh yeah, that's right. You get Howard the Duck. You get to walk around. He's not a playable character. He might be. Like, what if Howard the Duck is a playable character? He's gonna be a playable character. Watch. And then the fact that you get an item for the Infinity Gauntlet, you get, you know, you get a baby Groot, and you get like a Silver Surfer. Like, this is all stuff to like for the lobby. And it's like, did they kind of just announce their next few characters? Like, we're gonna get a Thanos, we're gonna get a Silver Surfer, we're gonna get Howard the Duck. That would be crazy. That would be wild. Um, what else? So, but the big deal is that we know that the game will have a, a character pass. Like, that's to be expected. That's a business model now that we're in. And for the character pass, it's gonna add 4 new characters and a new stage. And that's all we know for now. So, but anyways, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started playing this game because, like, I'm actually getting pretty fucking tired. But it's Friday the 13th for me, anyways. So, and pretty soon, and well, right now, and actually, wait, no, not right now. Is it Friday the 13th that over in the U.S. now? Oh, no, no. I think it may not. No, I don't think it's 13th yet at all. Anyways, yeah. So it's 13th for me. For me. But anyways, all right. Let me bring up the game. All right. I think we're gonna see a little story thing, and I'm not gonna know anything about the story because this is what happened back in the day. So it's like some stormy night or whatever. We see our main character with his girlfriend. Oh, the game. Everything sounds like ass for some reason. I think it's probably because of the streaming thing. Hold on. Okay, let me bring it back up. All right, should be running fine now. Or not. It should not sound like that. Fuck. Yeah, nah, it's sounding really bad, and I don't know why. Yeah, okay. There's like some major fucking slowdown. So hold up. I gotta try to figure this out. Alright. Nope, this sounds like ass. Um hmm. Oh, why is my bit rate up like so high? That's weird. And even the FPS is going down. Okay. Whoa. Alright. I don't know, I'm really confused. No. It's still fucking around. Hmm. Because I didn't have this issue when I was playing Die Hard. Alright. There's some that I'm gonna try, but if I do, I might have to exit out the stream because I think it's gonna mess with the stream. But or hold on, can I minimize? The window? Okay, so I made it smaller. Okay, this might work. Maybe. I could be wrong. All right. I don't think this is gonna work. But we'll see. All right. Okay, let me minimize this. All right, let's try again. Okay, seems to work fine. What if I bring up the stream? Nope, it slows down with if I have it up. All right, if I have it down like this. All right, I think it's fine. All right, let's try. Is it still running like ass? Oh, nah. It's still running like ass. Never mind. Never fucking mind. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is, all right, so my next option might mess up the stream. So I might have to like restart it, but hold on. Nope, that didn't do anything. No, that didn't do anything. All right, so hold on. We go into settings, my computer.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay. Anyways, um, all right. Okay, but I think it probably fucked up my stream. Oh no, it might be okay. All right. Okay, so let me try to fix this again. Is the stream still completely black? Why is it completely black? Something should have came up on the screen. All right, hold on. All right, how about now? Oh, okay. Stuff is starting to come up. Okay, let me fix this. Fit the screen. Fit the screen. Okay, hopefully it should be okay now. Maybe. Alright, let's try this shit again. Oh, no, no. It is not working. Okay. Alright, let me see if I can make the screen bigger for me. Quick. Alright, it's not, still sounds fine. Okay, I think it might be running fine. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Hold on. We'll see. No, I don't think it's running right. No, it's... Okay, let me fix this. Okay. It might be okay like this. If I minimize the screen. I don't know why that's a thing now. That's happening. I blame Windows 11. Alright, so let me fix the screen. Alright. Okay, hopefully you should be good to go. Okay, it seems to sound right. So yeah, I don't know the story of this game or what's going on. And I don't know if we're gonna find out during the course of playing the game. Because yeah, these games didn't really do a good job at explaining the story. Oh, Morden Pixel. Hey, hello. How are you doing? Ah, shit. Alright, this is my... Okay, yeah, check some real quick. Hold on. Okay. Let me do this. Oh no, it won't let me do it. Alright, I need to restart it again. Damn it. Anyways, they did a remake. Yeah, they did. I remember they did do a remake for this game. I never played the remake. I never played any of these games, to be honest. I'm just playing it because it's Friday 13th, and even though it has nothing to do with Friday 13th, but you see, we know the connection. What was the remake good? I know nothing about the remake. I remember I know it existed. I know it was made, but I never saw like anything about it. Like I don't know anything. Can you post links? Sure. What are the links of? Okay. So this guy. So the YouTube video. I can't check it out now. But is it a video of you playing? Oh, okay. It's not a video. It's the trailer for the remake. Oh, okay. Like I vaguely remember. Like I have seen it. They're putting it on PS5. Like like they're re-releasing it. Oh, okay, interesting. So I guess the game itself must have been pretty alright for them to consider, re-releasing it. But I do remember seeing the game when it came out, but I know nothing about the game because I haven't played like. So I very much knew about these games like growing up, but I never played them before, and I'm just playing it because for obvious reasons. So aside from the remake that you played, have you ever played the old games? All the card games are really? Oh, okay. Like what are some old horror games you played, or your favorite ones? Silent Hill series favorite. Oh, nice. BioShock, yes. So yeah, as far as Silent Hill games go, like I played the OG trilogy. I didn't get to play Silent Hill for the Room, but I did play the first 3 games back when they came out. I'm actually replaying some of the Silent Hill games. Like I got through Silent Hill 1, and right now I'm playing the OG Silent Hill 2. Fatal Frame, unfortunately, I never played it myself. I did have a friend growing up who was really into those games, and I used to watch him play it, and they were really cool. No, I agree, I should play it. It's just, you know, timing and everything. Right, yeah, that I know. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Like, everything is just fucking shaking and stuff. Like, what am I supposed to be doing something? Oh, I'm beating up a chair now. Okay, so I beat up a chair. Okay, and I still got beat up a knife. Oh, now I got 3 knives to beat up. Wait a minute, okay, I know. Can I grab the knife? No. Do I just keep beating up the knife? Okay, now I'm beating up the picture. But yeah, so anyway, so Fatal Frame, yeah, no, I know it's coming out with a remake and stuff, so. But BioShock, I played all the BioShocks. Did I die? No. I can die? Oh, well, that's some shit. Oh, no, I didn't die. I just rocked it. So, in all the BioShock games. Cool. I'm sure maybe, like, I still own them. Somewhere. I just don't have them digitally. But I probably have them digitally anyways. But those games are really cool. Well, at least, like, I really like the first 2 games, but honestly, like, I don't really like the 3rd game much. I don't know how many stages this game has. It shouldn't be much. It's a fucking arcade game. These games cannot be very long. So do you know the story of the Splatterhouse games? Because I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know know why I'm playing as like a fucking Jason Voorhees looking dude. The game. Oh, what the fuck is this? The game did have like an intro that didn't really explain much. Oh, what the fuck? But yeah, but the game, like, yeah, it doesn't explain anything. Just like, I think like a dude and his girlfriend, I guess they got caught in the rain, and they tried to get away from the rain by going to some mansion for some reason. Instead of chasing, I'm just gonna stand here. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, that took a really long time to get through for no reason. Probably would have been a pain in the ass if I wasn't cheating. Was I supposed to go down? There's like two ways I could have went. I don't know if it matters that going up or down. Oh, let me make it to the end. What? Okay, I think I don't know if there's. Oh, okay. Oh, she died? Oh shit, there's another stage. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was on the final stage. This is probably the final stage. Fucking level last. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I really don't know how many things he has. But I should be getting close to the end, though. Because these old-ass games, like, really didn't have, like, that many levels to begin with. Alright, so I guess I'm supposed to... Wow. This would drive me insane. Like, drive me insane. Okay, and that's that. I don't know the story of the game, but that's how these games were back then. Like, for you to find out the story for the arcade, like there could have been stuff written somewhere in like the arcade cabinet to like kind of like explain the story. Or I think when when arcade owners, when they would get like an arcade machine, like they get a bunch of information about the game. Um, but other than that, like if you're looking to know the story in game, well, nah. So basically, from what I can gather, is the all right the guy and the girl are like probably it's probably safe to say they might be like boyfriend and girlfriend or something, and you know, for reasons they go into this mansion. You know, it's raining, maybe they're trying to get away from the rain, or maybe for other reasons, I don't know. They go in, the girl is taken, I think the dude is killed for whatever random ass reason. A fucking magic hockey mask um brings him back, and he can kill the shit out of things. He tries to save his girlfriend, but his girlfriend, I don't know, got possessed or turned into some monster, and so and then she died. And then you fight the boss, and I don't know what the fuck happened just there. And that's it. That's all I know of the story. I don't know anything more than that. Wait, is the game showing me at the final stage? Yeah, I'll need to. I'll need to do that again. But I am curious about the story. Let me look up the story really quick. Okay. All right. According to this, it says the story of Splatterhouse is a tragic cyclical nightmare to essentially deal with the devil scenario where the hero has to become a monster to fight monsters. Here's a narrative arc of the original trilogy and the reboot. Inciting Incident West Mansion. Rick Taylor, oh, he has a name. His name's Rick. And his girlfriend, Jennifer Willis, are parapsychology students. They head to the infamous West Mansion, nicknamed Splatterhouse, to study the research of the late Dr. West, a renowned and mad scientist. A storm hits, they run inside, the lights go out, and Jennifer is dragged into the darkness by creatures. Rick is left for dead until he discovers the terror mask. Corruption of Rick Splatterhouse 1. The mask offers Rick a deal. Put it on and it will give him strength to save Jennifer. Well, that's kind of a lie. It did not do that. Anyways, The reality: the mask is an ancient sentient artifact of pure evil. It turns Rick into a hulking brute. The tragedy: Rick finds Jennifer, but she has transformed into a monstrous clawed creature by the mansion's influence. He is forced to kill her to end her suffering. The end: Rick destroys the giant posthumus, the mansion's heart, and the mask shatters, so it seems. All right. And then I'll read the rest. All right. The Resurrection, Splatterhouse 2. 3 months later, the mask returns to Rick in his nightmares, whispering that Jennifer doesn't have to stay dead. Rick returns to the ruins of the mansion. He discovers a hidden port that leads to the land of the dead. He successfully snatches Jennifer's soul back from the abyss before the house sinks into the lake. They escape together, but the mask laughs and knows it has a permanent tether to Rick now. Interesting. All right. Part 3. The Family Nightmare. Set several years later, Rick and Jennifer are married and have a son, David. Rick is now a successful businessman, and he still kept the mask in his study. First mistake. And an evil entity called the Evil One kidnaps Jennifer and David. The terror mask isn't helping Rick out of kindness. It wants to consume the Evil One to become the ultimate power. Depending on how fast you play, Jennifer or David can die. In the best ending, there's multiple endings. Rick saves his family and finally destroys the mask influence for a while. And then that's probably it, because there's only those games. They probably meant, I'm sure, to make more or make it into a series, but for reasons it never it never continued on. And sometimes that happens. You have some of these series that start out from back in the day, and it's like they only exist, like the entire series only exists during that specific time period, and that's that until like maybe you're one day you're lucky, and you'll get like a new one like somewhere down the line. Like case in point, like Streets of Rage. You had the three Streets of Rage games that were only on the Sega Genesis, and then that's it. We got no other Streets of Rage anything at all whatsoever until like what, like 5 years ago or so. We got Streets of Rage 4. But yeah, there a lot of these series are like that, where they all happen to take place during a specific time, and despite like their popularity, it's just they're never, no new games are made again, or you might have to wait like decades, like literal decades. All right, so the reboot lore, the reboot, so this is the 2010 one. The reboot reimagines the story with more cosmic horror. Dr. West is the primary antagonist, attempting to bring forth the corrupted Ancient Ones to rewrite reality. The mask is much more talkative and manipulative, constantly mocking Rick's weakness while gorging itself on the blood of his enemies. It emphasizes that the mask is a symbiotic parasite that is slowly eating Rick's humanity. In almost every version of the story, the mask is the true villain. It represents a sunk cost fallacy. Rick needs the mask to save what he loves, but the mask is the very thing that attracts the darkness to his life. Interesting. So, okay. But anyways, yeah. So this seemed kind of interesting to play through. Like I said, I've never played through any of the Splatterhouse games. So this was the first one I played through. Of course, this is the arcade of the game, and these games, like arcade games, were known to be, really difficult and notorious for just taking your quarters. So that's why like I had to cheat like hell. Because otherwise, like, yeah, I would never have gone gone through it. It would have been so much of a pain in the ass. But it was interesting, and I kind of just played it because it was Friday 13th and there's no other Friday 13th games for me to play. I played the one that came out like years ago, before, and then last Friday 13th, like I played the one that came out on NES. Man, that one was horrible, but um yeah, I just played this one just because it was Friday the 13th, and I needed something. Because after this, like, I don't know what the fuck, like, if I play all the Splatterhouse games, like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna do Friday 13th now? Anyways, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Um, I might be on sometime tomorrow, maybe early. Actually, no, no, I don't think I'll be on tomorrow. I think I might be busy, but I should be on Sunday, maybe sometime Sunday. But yeah, I'll be going out and stuff tomorrow. Um, but yeah, when I come back on Sunday, I'll hopefully can play like pretty early. So I can play Silent Hill 2 and spend that stream like just going through the prison, because I'm assuming the prison is probably gonna take like a good couple hours to get through. So I want to make sure I give it that time. But other than that, yeah. So that's it. Um, so thank you, Motor Pixel, for tuning in and talking a bit about like horror games and whatnot. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. But anyways, all right. So yeah, so next time I should be on will probably be Sunday. So anyways, have a good night or day, maybe morning, from wherever you're at. And um yeah, hopefully you follow, and I can see you again next time. So all right, later.